All right, and we are back. Welcome back, guys, to Qualified Dropouts, episode 12. If you didn't know who we are, my name's Asher. This is Ian.
No assistant this week.
No assistant this week. He's
I upgraded.
He's officially gotten a raise.
Cool.
But yeah, we made this podcast to talk to you guys about the lessons we have learned with dropping out and becoming successful business owners. And as you guys see, we're on a new setup. We actually just got done moving. This week was...
It was routines were not followed.
Yeah.
It was a very hectic move. I mean, just having to clean the old apartment, having to just...
Man, that was a nice Urus. Fuck. Makes me angry. I want one.
But just, we fell out of routine. We had to move a bunch of stuff, and just like clean the other apartment. Still have to clean the other apartment and finalize it, and getting situated. And moving sucks. I think we learned we will 100% pay people after this week. Because it just totally ruins, like, it ruins a whole week.
Yeah, it ruined... We thought it was going to ruin maybe 2 or 3 days. No,
it's Saturday.
It's Saturday, and it ruined... We moved on Monday.
Yeah, and I don't think we
got some work done, but it was like half-assed because we had to check in on clients and stuff like that. But I think me moving really realized how much I actually love working. Because like it's completely different. When you go on vacation, it's like you go on vacation, you don't worry about work. But when you're not going on vacation and you're doing something you just have to do because it sucks, really makes you realize how much you actually love work.
No, that's true. I think for me, I was just kind of irritable because like I knew I needed to get work done. And I could feel my business like slipping away.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
And it's realistically not. A couple days is really not going to hurt our business at all. Mm-hmm. But it was kind of funny, dude. I went and looked at my beacons because you can see how many people like click on your page in a day. I looked at yesterday, one person. Yeah.
Damn.
It died. Like usually I get hundreds.
Yeah.
If not a couple thousand, honestly.
Holy crap.
Yeah, and it said one. It could be an error.
Maybe it's glitched. I don't know, dude.
But I was like, because I haven't been able to post or really do much the past week. Like, totally haven't been able to post at all or do anything. I've just been checking up with clients that I had and just kind of talking to them and getting people signed up and everything. But it's been, it's kind of weird.
It's wow. Weird. It's weird being out of your own business when...
Mm-hmm. No one else can run it. It's really no one else can run it. Like eventually, like we can do that to the point where other people can run it. We'll still, be fine. But right now, it's like no one else really can run it. Right now, we have an assistant,
and like we can't rely on them to really. They do back end stuff that we don't want to worry about. They don't do like.
But I think that kind of dives into our topic today about. Crap! It was.
Oh yeah. I completely forgot about these.
What was the one about like never giving up? It was
So there's two. I think we can get through both of them today. Like 2 30-minute segments on both. So the first one is treating your life like no one is there to save you. And the next topic we wanted to touch on was understanding true failure is just giving up.
I think we should touch on that one because it kind of relates to this past week of like we realized that like if you just keep putting in the work, you're not going to fail. Like we just had to get back to work. But then we realized if we just stop completely, that's when you fail.
Yeah.
And so it was like, true failure is when you decide to give up. After that, it doesn't matter if you're quote unquote failing or losing or the business not doing well, because you're not going to lose or fail if you don't stop. Like, I don't know. I think it kind of came to my realization this week because like falling behind was stressful. But realizing that if I just get back to it, it's not like I failed. Like my business is going to keep growing. And I think so many people are scared to start a business because they think they're going to fail. But it's like if you go into it thinking I'm never going to fail because I'm never going to quit, how can you fail? And it's like, why don't you start then? And that's what my mindset was that prior to like actually start my business. Like, I'm going to fail and it's just going to hurt me more than it helps me. And it's like now in the position I am, I wish I could have told my old self like, hey, you're not going to fail if you just don't give up. Like if you just keep trying and keep learning, you're going to win because there's going to be bumps in the road and you're going to have to learn and adapt, but that's just how it's going to be.
Yeah.
But you're not going to fail.
It's the biggest limiting beliefs a lot of people have with starting a business or starting to post on social media, whatever it is is just like the art of failure, and people actually think it's a bad thing when it's honestly the best thing. I actually saw this entrepreneur talk yesterday, and he was like, I'm really getting sick and tired of these like quote unquote business coaches saying that like, here are the 7 steps to get to a 8-figure run rate or 7-figure run rate. And it's like, that is the most like clickbait thing I've ever seen. There's probably over 500,000 steps you have to go through in order to get to $1 million run rate. Like me and Ian aren't at $1 million run rate, but I can guarantee you we're on step something thousand. We go through a step every single day. There's always going to be a bump in the road, and I don't really know if we even classify that as failure when something comes up. It just feels like it's just another problem that we have to solve.
Yeah, and I think that's where people need to shift their mindset. Yeah. It's not, you don't fail. Like, it's like you learn. Yeah. Like, you just say, oh, man, like, I should not do that again next time. And then you just continue exactly what you're doing that works, because you're going to find a method that works. It's not like you're going to be like, you're going to start your business and you're going to just fail. And the whole framework, the whole idea of your business is just a failure in itself. It's not. You're going to have some type of protocol or some type of framework that is obviously going to work because people are going to want to buy it. And you're just going to learn how to fine tune it and make it better. And so, I don't really think it's failure. I don't think, you really can't classify it as failure anymore. It's just like you learn. Like, that's it. Like, you made a mistake.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you flunk off on a sales call. Okay, well, I know not to say this in a sales call now. Or, I don't know, you didn't retain a client, or, I don't know, someone's trying to, I don't know.
Someone's trying to
sue you. Whatever.
Don't do that next time. And it's like, okay, you'll just bounce back. Because once you learn how to make $1, or once you learn how to sell something, or once you learn how to make a program, or whatever it may be, once you do it once and you know you can make $1 from it, doesn't matter if it's literally $1 single, you'll learn that you can do it with anything. And you just repeat that same process. And then you just have to fine tune it and just get in marketing. And so there is no failure. And I think people just need to hear that failure is okay because you're just going to learn from it. But it's like, it's just such a weird
it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me, because
I don't think anymore. At first,
at first, I would say, I would still frame this in the high school mindset of failure, but it feels like you start to get over that once you grow older. But if you can grasp on the mindset early, you're going to be so much farther ahead than any male or female on the entire planet.
Yeah. It's going to be harder in those stages. So if you're in high school or college, it's going to be harder for you to even like pursue these dreams because of the people you're surrounded by. That's it. Like, no one's going to believe in you. No one's going to like, you're not going to be able to find those people that support us. I think for us, it's easy to keep on going because we're surrounded by people doing 6-7-figure businesses. And it's like, well, shoot, like if I give up, I lose my whole friend group, right? Like if I 100%. Give up, I'm not going to ever be able to relate to them. So, but in the beginning, you have to just accept.
It's fucking hard.
Yeah, the beginning is the hardest part because it's like you have to accept the fact that you're going to lose friends, or you just can't surround yourself by them anymore. Not because they're bad people, but also because you're gonna attract other people who are on the same path as you. Like that is exactly what's going to happen, and then they're going to push you, and it's going to be so easy to keep going. But it's just like fitness. When you're lazy and you're fat and you want to lose some weight, those first 2, 4, 6, maybe even 8 weeks, always the toughest, because you're breaking all of your limiting beliefs. You're breaking all of your old habits that you've been doing for 18 plus years, like however long it's been. Like you're just breaking all these habits that you have just engraved into your head. And once you do that, though, like all your new habits are going to take over, and it's just a new habit. It's a new routine. It's a new lifestyle. So same thing with business and starting and pursuing your own dreams is you just have to create a new lifestyle. And there's just no going around it. It's going to suck. Like, except people just need to, I'm tired of people sugarcoating shit and being like, no, like for real. Like people are like, this is the easiest way to do it. No, fucking just know it's going to suck ass. Yeah. If you go in there and say, it's going to suck, I'm going to lose people, I'm probably not going to have fun with this in the beginning, and you go with that mindset, knowing it's going to just suck in general, when it gets easy or when you do enjoy it, you're going to be like, wow, I did not expect that. And you're going to feel amazing. Mm-hmm. But if you go in there saying, okay, I got to make this as easy as possible. It's not going to suck. It's not going to suck. Like, it's okay. And once it sucks, you'll be like, fuck, it sucks. And then you're going to give up. Like, that's exactly what happens goes with weight loss too. Like, I hop on phone calls and I tell them, like, hey, by the way, you want to start losing weight? These first 4 to 8 weeks, they're going to suck.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. I'm like, are you okay with it sucking? Because you're going to have to create different habits. Like, yeah, no, I'm ready for that. Mm-hmm. If I tell them that and they know it sucks and they start getting hard, I'm like, hey, remember what we talked about in the beginning? And they're like, yeah, you're right. And then they get past that 8-week mark and they're like, shoot, one of my clients, he went from not working out at all to now he's done a whole year. And he's like, he's talking about body dysmorphia. And he's like, how do you combat that? And I'm like, the reason why you have it is because you progress so much and you can achieve more.
Yeah.
And you can keep pushing and you want to be a better spot, but now you've created a lifestyle and a habit. It's a blessing and a curse, for sure. But no, I think that's just people's mindset. Like, just accept it's going to suck. That's it. It's going to suck, and you can't go with any other mindset.
Yeah. And a big tip with that is something that I discovered early on when I dropped out of college is you don't have to tell anyone what you're like. People don't really have a right to know what's going on in your life, whether it's starting a business, weight loss journey, fucking what else is there you can do in this world that's like very hard to do. I don't know, getting a new job, whatever it is.
Going for a pro sport.
Yeah,
even saying that, people are like, oh, I don't think you're good enough. Like, because you have to put in a lot of work.
Yeah, something very out of the ordinary that average people don't do. I'm just going to tell you guys right now, it's pretty stupid to tell people. Like, it's not very smart to tell people because they're going to put a lot of doubt in your head.
Or ask for their approval. Or ask for their opinion.
Exactly.
If they're not doing it, they're not going to be, they're going to be like, that's stupid. Because they don't see it. Like, why would you ask? That would be like going to a high school baseball coach and you want to be a pro. Not even be a pro. You want to go and ask him for advice to train you to become a pro. It's like, no, you don't want that coach because he's obviously never done it before. He's never been a pro, or he's never and putting it, that was a horrible example, but it was just like you're asking someone who has no idea how to even get there. So why would you want their opinion anyways? Because they're not going to help you at all.
Yeah.
That's a better way to put it.
Yeah, and God made everyone completely different. So why are you trying to explain the vision that you have to someone else when their vision's completely different in the first place? There's no point to do it. That's something I struggled with very, very early on. That shit, man, no one knew. No one knew the potential, but it's fine. I mean, I didn't really have anything to show for.
And when it comes to family too, I'm sorry, don't listen to your family.
Yeah.
I love my family. Don't listen to your family. Because
those are the number one people you should not tell. You should not tell your family you are starting a business. That is the number one because they're going to say.
Once you start making money, you can bring it up to them.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what changed my mind. Like, I told them I wanted to do this and everything, and they kind of doubted it and everything. I kind of kept on the down low though in the beginning. I was like, yeah, I'm like, I just need to find, I'm like, I have a lot of momentum. I did a bodybuilding show. People want coaching. And like, I had my personal training certification, but I hated working at Chick-fil-A. And I was like, I need to take a break because I was tired of working. And I was like, Mom and Dad, like, I'm going to come move back home if that's all right. But I just can't do food and beverage because I'm going to be stuck where I am for the rest of my life. And I don't know where I'm going. But I have this really cool opportunity. I want to take a risk, and I'm going to get back. Like, if I have to, I'll go get another job. Like, I have other job opportunities. I was going to go apply for personal training, stuff. Like, I was going to do it in person. Ugh. I know, I'm happy I didn't. But I still kind of kept on the down low, and then I really didn't tell them until I made my first $5,000. And then I was like, I just made $5,000 this month. And they're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And that's when they really believed in it. Like, once you started making money to the point where, like, they're like, oh my gosh, you're actually doing this consistently.
Yeah, my bank account was still hooked up to my mom's. Yeah. And she looked one day, she's like, honey, is this illegal?
Yeah, because it's like, people don't understand how you
she
can do
checked
it.
overnight, and she was like, wait, what the?
It's funny. But it's like family and really, really close friends. Just don't tell them.
But so with failure, what's something that you actually have failed in life? I have one thing that I failed in life.
Really? Mm-hmm. And just in general,
just in general.
You go first. I'm going to have to think about it.
I failed college.
Yeah. That's fair.
I 100% admit it. I failed the fuck out of it. I failed every test I took. Y'all already know the story. I would pay people to do my homework. I didn't really see a big return on it, so I failed it. I gave up. And I never see myself going back ever. That's the one thing I actually truly failed in life. And I can still say I didn't fail because I learned a lot from it and I realized how much of a scam it was. But I still didn't complete it.
Yeah.
So
I guess I could say the same because I never really got my degree, and then I just made excuses and was like, nah, this isn't for me, and I just gave up. So, but before that, I actually almost failed my 9th grade year. So that's why I also got, because I was playing a bunch of sports, and I was just like super preoccupied with I was doing comp soccer, school soccer, and then a lot of the teachers hated me because my older brother went there. So then
was your brother a douchebag?
Yes. One of the teachers, the first thing he said to me was, I walk in, he's like, "Are you Michael Nottage's little brother?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Okay." Dude, I went to after school tutoring like every day. It was I forgot what math class it was. I would say, "Hey, like I need help with this problem. I don't understand it. Like, can you give me some type of guidance?" He's like, "It's in the book," and he walked away from me.
Oh,
I didn't do anything to him.
Oh my God, bro. Holy shit.
So a couple of teachers
hilarious.
who really liked me, like I was doing great, but a lot of my grades were like D's and F's, and then I was like,
you were worse at school than me in high school.
Just that year though.
Oh, just that year.
Once I went homeschool, that was fine. Like I got A's.
Oh,
B's.
that's right.
So like I just hated the school too. The school was just shit. It's just a horrible. Everybody's so toxic. It's just stupid. Like that school is literally so stupid. And so I was just like, you know what? My mom was like, "Do you just want to drop like just homeschool and you can do whatever you want, and like you don't have to wake up at 5 a.m. to go to school, and you don't have to." I'm like, "Fuck yeah, like let's do it, whatever." Okay. I was like, "Mom, I don't want to go to school today. Can you just enroll me in homeschooling?" I literally woke up. I was like, "Yeah, that's it." I'm like, "Mom, just enroll me. I'm done." So I left and I just did homeschooling. So I had to play catch up that year because I did it right before the end of the first semester. So then those grades didn't count. So then I had to redo the first semester, so I was kind of behind, but I caught up in that year. But then I started doing good. And then I did college classes for my homeschooling from 10th grade to 12th grade.
Damn.
But I almost failed 9th grade.
That's crazy.
I would have. I wasn't going to be able to, the grades that were happening the second semester, I would have not been able to play any sports. Because I would have had like a 1.8 or 2.0 GPA that first semester. Wow. Yeah, it was horrible. Because I just didn't care. I hated that school, and some of the teachers are just super biased, and that's just life. Yeah, people are just not gonna like you, and you have to learn to accept it and just move on. And so, it's kind of funny though.
I never got an F in school.
Really?
As terrible at school as I am, I never got
an F because I dropped out. Well, I dropped.
I think if I would have continued college, I still think I would have passed with all C's. Yeah, but dude, I remember in college, because I forgot what the fucking software was called, but I could put in numbers to see what my average would be. So whenever I would get in class,
you just had to get the lowest grade possible to. Wow.
I would see how many zeros I could get and what assignments I could just completely miss. I would plan all that out just so I could make sure I could make my COD tournaments and make money. Yeah. So whenever I would get the syllabus, I would put in all my numbers and be like, okay, I can get a 0 on this. I can get a 0 on this. I can get a 50 on this. I can half-ass this.
That's
I would do
funny.
all that. Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know you could do that.
I don't know what software it was called, but yeah. That's the only thing I've ever failed is college.
Yeah. But no, I think this was a great topic. Is just for people to understand, you don't fail unless you give up. And that's it. Like that's as simple as can be. And don't tell your dreams to anybody. Start doing it yourself. And once you start making money, then you can show them and be like, see, look, I made money from this. Even then, I still don't think you should. Just because some people are still not going to believe in you. Like, oh, it's just a one-time thing. It's like, how many times do you have to prove to yourself or prove to other people from that actually realize you can do this for a living? Or like you can actually pursue your dreams? Because even if, I know people, they'll do like a big month. And it's like even people around them still don't believe that they can do it. Shoot. I still have had people who don't believe that I could do social media and like run my own online company. Like they really think it's like, okay, are you going to go to college while you're in Texas? Or it's like, no, I'm doing this. Like, why would I do anything else? Why would I take focus away from my dream when I'm making money? I know how to do it.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy it. I don't know. It's just like people, even if you show them proof, they're still going to question like, oh, well, that's not secure. What if this happens? Okay. What if the stock market crashes? What if like you're working for somebody else, so you have no ruling on how much money you make? We go into a recession, guess what? Guess what's going to happen? Those companies you work for, they're going to start cutting off from the bottom. And if you're at the bottom, well, I'm sorry, you're going to lose. You're fucked. Like they don't care about you.
That little $36,000 y'all make a year, I'm sorry, that's getting cut to zero because you're going to get fired.
Yeah, there is no security. And I think people think that they find security in jobs and like 401ks and stuff. There is no security because you're just working for somebody else. And if they don't like you or they need to make budget cuts, you're the first person that goes. That's it. Because like, they're going to just make adjustments. They're going to ship all their jobs across seas because it's cheaper. They're going to do something else. And so you're going to lose your job with a 401k that's secure and you have no idea. Right. And then with where the economy is going and with online, like social media and how the metaverse is coming out, why would you not want to get ahead of everybody and learn how to market and learn how to grow online? Because that's where all businesses are going. Like soon, these buildings with businesses in them, they're just really going to be ancient. Like all of it's going to be online. People are learning how to run ads online. People are learning how to do marketing online. People are learning, like in the metaverse, they're going to have stores online. Like you're going to be VR and going on. Like, why would you not want to get a step ahead? Because no one knows how to do it properly yet. It's still just trial and error.
Let's put this into like thought for a second. So most people that work at these big ass corporations, y'all feel secure. However, the owner of that company, you have, fuck.
Okay.
Yeah. The owner of the company or the CEO, whatever, most of the time, these people have never met them in their whole entire life.
Yeah.
How do you feel secure like that?
Like working for Amazon. You're just a number. Yeah. And you're just a extension of a task that needs to get done that they pay for, that they don't want to do.
Like, I don't know. Right? I feel a lot more secure because I know what I'm capable of. I've never met this CEO owner dude who owns bumfuck company, whatever it's called, you know?
Let's say
I would not feel secure like that. Making $40,000 a year. $40,000 a year, you're at the bottom. I'm sorry. I don't care what state you live in. You are at tier 0 making $40,000 working at a company. So if shit hits the fan with that company, you're gone. You're screwed. Yeah. Like that's just how it is. Yep. And the CEO does not care. He's trying to make as much money as possible
and keep the business alive. And
exactly.
If they have to like you'll learn, and I think something we've learned is like when we've had our bad months, we're like, okay, what do we have to do to like scramble and like make sure we can pay for everything? Like that's what they think like, but they're just on a scalable level. Like they have like they've already scaled out. They have full sales teams. They have other CEOs. They have, GMs and managers and then other tiers of people. Like,
So let's break this down a little bit more because this is probably pretty confusing to some people.
Yeah.
So if you're at the lower of the totem pole, these CEOs, these big companies, they are going to keep their most valuable assets. If you are on the very first salary they put you at, you're not really an asset to the company. I'm going to be honest. That probably comes off pretty harsh, but you don't help the company at all.
You can turn into a liability. Yeah. Like you can go from an asset to a liability. Where a GM, he can be an asset, the reason being because he can help make changes in the business to make more profit.
Exactly.
So if you're CEO, GM, manager, and then you got employees and maybe like micromanagers, and then you have, these task workers driving an Amazon truck, driving whatever it may be. Like you're at and no offense to anybody that does that. It could be a great career, right? Amazon's a great company. I don't really see them going out of business. They've already taken it to the online level and scaled it to insane. They've done a really good job. But just using it as reference, you're at the bottom where you're just an hourly wagey employee that is making, $12 to $20, maybe $22 an hour. and they can easily replace that.
Yeah,
they're going to replace
easily.
it, or they're going to trim it because like, okay, a recession's coming. People aren't ordering as much of this. People aren't demanding. People don't have money. So where are we going to cut? We're going to cut labor costs for excess things that aren't necessary. So you're going to be the first person that goes. So you turn from an asset that can help the company grow to a liability because now they have to pay you, but they don't want to pay you because you're not going to bring any profit to them because there is no work to be done. So you're the first person to go.
Yeah.
And
again, we're not making fun of anyone that has this job. We're just trying to put this framework in y'all's head because a lot of people think that their jobs are more secure than what it actually is, but it's not as secure as what people think. The government just wants you to believe that, but it's really not as secure as people think.
Yeah.
And we've seen it happen. We've literally seen it happen.
Yep.
With our friends and family. We've seen it happen. Like it is hard to grow.
Go talk to your grandparents about the recession.
Yeah.
Go ask them what job they had and what exactly happened. And a lot of them got laid off, right? A lot of them couldn't afford things. A lot of them, it was a very, very tough time. And then ask them, like, okay, what did you do for work?
Yeah.
Oh, you worked in a factory and you were just packing boxes, or you were doing this. Wow, that job is not as secure as you think it is, because once you go into a recession and the economy's down, you're not secure anymore. That's it, right? You're secure until a certain point, right? Because you're guaranteed that. But even then, it's a right to work. Some states are right to work, so they can fire you whenever you want. Yeah. Like Florida, right to work. Like I was a manager at Chick-fil-A. I could fire anybody because I didn't like them.
I
was like,
I don't like you. You're gone.
It's like we kept it very ethical there. Like obviously, if you weren't a good worker, we'd give you like I'd train them personally. I'd be like, hey, do this, and I'd give them extra training. Like because some people, they're great people. They just are a little bit slower in picking up things. So we would try our best, but eventually that person turned from an asset to a liability because we couldn't put them on the schedule because they were not performing what we wanted to. So it's like, hey, I'm sorry, you're just not a good fit. Boom. Now you're a liability. Now you're gone. Yeah. Great person. Probably very easy to talk to and stuff like that. Just didn't fit the business at all. Boom, you're gone. It's crazy. Yeah. And people think that entrepreneurship is unsecure. It's like, how? You know how much work you're putting in. Yeah. Doesn't matter how much work you put into somebody else's business because they can still let you go if it's not going right. Where if you are your own owner or you're doing your own business or whatever, you are putting in as much work as you can, and that determines how much money you can make. Mm-hmm. That's it. Yeah. I don't know. So it's not unsecure. All right. But no, and I think that can kind of lead into our next topic of treating your life like no one is there to save you. Mm-hmm. Because if you realize that you're not secure and no one has your back and you aren't relying on anybody like that. Before we start, this is one of the biggest problems in the whole entire world. Continue. Facts. I think it is. Yeah. We hear it every single day. Mm-hmm. Like, there are people out here that are still believing that people are trying to save them, but that's just not the case. No one cares about your excuses. No one cares about your feelings. You have to be your own boss. That's just how it is. And, like, I don't know. Feels like the world's not as harsh as it should be. But that's why me and Ian, this is the big reason why me and Ian made the podcast, was because we want to talk real sense into people and not coddle them and be like, it's okay. No, it's not okay. I think, too, also, people, like, we haven't been doing this that long. Yeah. And I think some people think that we have like 5-10 years of experience in this. No, this is just something that comes up as we're learning and what we've learned. So I don't know. It's just kind of funny because sometimes the comments obviously are like, oh, these people think that they just, make $1. They can say whatever they want. It's like, no, it's like, these are things that we've like learned throughout this whole process. But it's like, we're still learning this too, but these are theories and ideas that have come to our head that we've had to adapt and change and be like, wow, this is actually how we used to think this a year ago. Like, it's literally, we're still so fresh. We're not going to speak on anything we don't have any knowledge from. That would be so... We don't just go Google, like, what are entrepreneur thoughts? Yeah. Oh, that's a great topic. Let's act like we've done it before. These two thoughts were from the car ride yesterday, and I'm pretty sure... And we were like just talking about life, and we were talking about like what happened this past. It's really just from this past week of how like unorganized it was, and we're like, man, this is so crazy. Like, because we talked about our move, and it was like we were just us moving. Yeah. And we were like, yeah, I mean, like, why would
anybody else come help us. Like, no one else is coming to save us.
We didn't make excuses. Like, we didn't push things off. We were just like, we have to get it done.
Yeah.
And we weren't reliant. Like, that's it. Like, we had to suck it up and be like, okay, if nobody has a truck, well, that sucks. What are we going to do? We're going to go rent a U-Haul. If I can't get something, I'll ask somebody, like, hey, is it convenient for you? If you don't, no worries. I'll have it shipped to my house. Like, I'm going to find a way to get something that I need, like, done, because at the end of the day, not everybody's going to be there for you, and you just have to learn to be very self-reliant, and that's it. If you have to get something done, don't make an excuse that, because somebody else didn't have this and it hurt me, because, like, no, it's your fault. Like, that's it. Like, just own it.
Yeah. Like, and this is something that I am trying my very, very hardest in my Discord, because a big part of my Discord is I'm trying to build a lot of leaders, because leadership is just not really existent that much in this world today, and it sucks. But I think a big reason why is because people just don't take full ownership of
their actions,
and shit that they go through.
They just make excuses as to why something wasn't completed because of somebody else did something else that did something else that their cousin did. It's like, dude, no, you didn't act on it. Like,
you didn't go to the gym today because you had to go to the hospital, and then you had a flat tire, and then blah, blah, blah. No, you didn't go because you're lazy.
You didn't prioritize it.
Yeah, you didn't. Like, I don't care how busy your day is. You still could have done it. You still could have found a way to do it.
Yeah.
Like, if your gym's closed, let's say it's after hours, okay, find another one.
Yeah. No, I mean, facts. Or go do an outside workout.
Outside workout. Boom. Boom. There's still a way to get in 1 hour of the day. You may have to sacrifice some sleep. Who cares? But, like, there are just too many excuses that go on with people that don't take full ownership of their actions. And that is the worst possible mindset to live in, is the victim mindset. And I can speak from personal experience. My dad used to fucking shit on me for having the victim mindset. Like, absolutely shit on me. Because when I was younger, I used to make hella excuses. Now, they were excuses based around school. And my excuses were usually around, like, I don't see myself doing this. Yeah. I don't see any return on this. But in vice versa, it was me trying to explain to them how I can make thousands of dollars playing video games. And having a business or like having a brand around video games. And they just never got it. So that was like my type of excuses. But my dad, he was the one who really helped me get out of the victim mindset. And I mean, you'll see this in adults too, man. Yeah. 40, 50-year-olds, they're still in it. Yep. And it's
because they never got out of it.
They never got out of it. And it's almost like, it's almost like, if you make enough excuses, you are programming your mind for the government to come help you. Newsflash. That's never going to happen.
No, I used to, like, feel bad because I never had, like, a nice car, and all my other friends did. It's like it's unfair. Life's not fair. Like, that's so, like, I wish if I had this, I'd be fine. Like, no, they were just excuses. If I wanted it, I could go out and work harder. Yeah. Are you going to have to work harder than some other people that things are given to them? Sure. Are you going to appreciate it so much more? I love driving my new car.
It's sick.
Dude, I'm like, you want me to drive? I'll drive everywhere. I don't care. I love it. Like, and people,
it's going to be like that for a fucking long time.
I think it's going to be like that until I get rid of the car. I think I will 100% love that car every single second I drive it. And people are like, well, once you buy it a month later, you're not going to like it. It's like,
that's bullshit.
The thing is, people will say that are the ones who've been given cars or the ones who have been given things in life that are nice and flashy and stuff, but they've never worked for it.
They never worked for it.
Dude, I drove a fucking beater for...
That you bought. And that I bought. I drove a beater that I bought.
My first beater, actually. So, drove it for like 4 or 5 years. I bought it. My parents I don't really force me, but they kind of forced me to do a buy here, pay here. I got fucked on it. I paid like $13,000 for a 2003 Mazda 6. Had like 80,000 miles. It was horrible.
Yikes.
And the first day I drove it off the lot, the transmission broke. And they said, oh, it's covered by warranty. I'm like, all right, fine. Then I won't return it. I go get it fixed. A month later, it breaks again. And then they said, oh, well, actually, it's not the dealerships anymore, so it's voided because you don't have the warranty. And I'm like, wait, so I just bought a car and I'm paying for it and I don't have a transmission, and I'm literally paying a monthly payment. And mind you, I was making $8 to $9 an hour. I was literally making $8 or $9 an hour. Damn, that's so bad. Wow. $8.50 an hour. Wow. But
I used to think that was balling out.
Dude,
Damn.
I know, right? And so I had that, and I was like, wow. So I had to save up $1,600, which, what, $8 an hour, $1,600. What? How many hours?
It's a lot of time.
It's a lot of time, right?
Yeah.
On top of I have to pay a $300 and something car payment. On top of that, I have to pay a $90, insurance. I was making like $300 to $400 every 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. How the fuck was I supposed to save $1,600? Like, it was horrible. So I just had that and then got rid of it. And actually, my parents took it because they needed it and never paid me for it. And then they sold it and kept the money. No offense, I love you, Mom and Dad. But I'm just, putting this out there for people. I did it out of the kindness of my heart. But they sold it, kept the money. So then I just paid for a car, lost it completely. Couldn't even trade it in for my newer car that then I went and got a loan for, and I had for 6 years. That was a 2009 Mazda 3, and it took me from point A to point B, and it was like decent. But now, like, the fact that I went through years and years and years of just hating the cars I drove, never really got the true value out of it. I never got the value from my first car. Couldn't even sell it because the money was my parents sold it and kept it. And then now that I have a car that I actually enjoy, you really think that I'm not going to appreciate it for more than a month?
Yeah.
After 10 years or however long, 8 years of driving shit cars?
Yeah. His transmission broke. I didn't have a fucking speaker. I didn't have an aux cord. I had to bring a Bluetooth speaker into my car to listen to music and shit.
Yeah.
And I've had my car for 8-9 months now, whatever it is. That shit's bussin'. I still love driving everywhere.
And it's just people don't, I don't know. Whenever you're given a lot of things, you're not going to appreciate a lot of things. Yeah. But don't tell people they won't appreciate things just because you don't appreciate something, because you don't know their story.
Yeah. So. 100%.
But be self-reliant. That's it. If you find yourself and everything you have to do in day-to-day life, you have to ask somebody to get some help with, you are not self-reliant and you're going to fail. But if you learn how to just suck it up and learn how to do everything by yourself and be just solo, and that's it, the moment somebody helps you, you're going to appreciate every second of it, and you're going to be able to work 10 times harder. That's why in the masterminds we have, we don't expect our mentor to do everything for us.
I was actually about to touch base on this as well.
Yeah. We don't expect our mentor to do everything. We don't expect our mentor to have us make the 6 figures. No, it's he's going to help us overcome limiting beliefs, obstacles, failures, quote unquote, and then overcome them and become better. But all in all, at the end of the day, it's dude, just do the fucking work. If you slack off, he's like, why'd you slack off? Don't be it's you. This is all on you. Your assistant's not doing a good job. That's you. Mm-hmm. Your business not doing great. That's you. Your clients are leaving you. That's you. You're not making enough money. That's you. Everything is on you. That's it.
Mm-hmm. It's full ownership. And then when you develop that mindset, that's when, we're kind of catering towards men, I would say a little bit on this topic. But it's crazy because when I started to develop everything's on me, I saw myself becoming a way better leader. Yeah. I think both of us, dude. I think when we moved to Houston, we were okay.
Oh, we're totally different.
We were all right, but
I think honestly us moving to Houston also inspired a lot of people though.
Yeah.
Because I think
dude,
I'm not gonna lie, I think we've taken a lot of risks. And we're not trying to pat ourselves on the back, but I think that Asher and I we see an opportunity, we just go. We don't even care about the consequences.
Yeah.
Dude, we're just we could fail, but how are we going to fail if we get how?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I put this on my Instagram story the other day, and it resonated with a lot of people. I said, actually, let me read it real quick because it resonated with a lot of people. Oh, it just went away. But anyways, I said something about don't chase, because chasing's actually a disease. So I said, remember, don't chase money, women, or opportunity. Build the systems and a great infrastructure, and then everything will just come to you. And it's true. We've built systems in place. Every opportunity, we haven't chased one opportunity. Not one. We haven't chased any money. We've built structures to make us money. And then women, we're fucking hot shit. So, I mean, honestly, like we don't really, like, again, I mean, we're very nice men. So why would a woman not want us?
Yeah.
You know? It's the guys that chase women don't really have much value to go for, because if you were actually a man of value, women are just going to come to you. That's just naturally how it is. Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to get too much on that side of things, but that's just how it is. If you're a man of value,
but on the women's side too, 100%, same thing though.
Yeah, no, 100%. If there's a girl of value,
know your worth.
Yeah,
like freaking, if you want to do it, like like you're gonna do your own thing. So I think definitely, just stop chasing simple things and like start focusing on the bigger picture and like what you actually want to achieve, because it's gonna come to you. And I think when we really, because we were chasing in the beginning when we moved.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, that's what I'm.
We were chasing.
That's what I was getting at.
Yeah, we were like chasing money.
That's
we were trying to make as much, but it's like
exactly that's what.
Once we shifted our mindset, and I think that kind of happened honestly like 6 months ago, probably.
Yeah.
Probably like
that happened pretty recently.
Probably. Wow, what the heck?
No,
probably like August. I think August.
That happened. Yeah.
Probably honestly August.
Yeah.
Beginning of August, maybe like February. But wait, no, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Wow, I just totally got my
I would say that happened once we came up with our brand.
Yeah. No, I would say probably like 2 to 4 months ago, like in between there. Our mindset shifted. We're like, you know what? Like instead of just like chasing and trying and like trying to just do that, like let's just focus on the brand itself and like just like what's our vision. We want to grow a community of people. We want to help people lose weight. We want to, grow the best coaching services we can, but then also now we want to provide other services for people who can't afford one-on-one coaching, who want, like, they really want to make a change, but sometimes, like you don't make enough money, and that's okay. Like, so we're working on opening up lower tiers where it's up anywhere from $5 to $50 a month. Like, it's super affordable. You get the whole same thing. You just, creating the brand so it just impacts everybody, not just a select few people.
Yeah.
And once we did that, I feel like that's when we just started seeing a lot of like growth and like people coming to us for a lot of like information and just, the whole 9 yards. So, and I think for like revenue wise, I think we're in the growing pains of not seeing a lot of increase in revenue by month to month. But that's because we kind of shifted our focus to like, okay, if we just set up a better system instead of chasing, we're going to create more secure revenue increase per month, but it's going to be slower.
Exactly.
And I'm okay with, because eventually, even Alex Hormozy said this, once you have everything in place, like, and everything's going, he's like, you're just going to wake up one day, like one night, it's just going to blow up. Like, that's it. He's like, one night you're just going to wake up and it's like, boom, you just hit 10, 15K months, then 25, and then 35. And like, that's it. Like, you're just going to absolutely just skyrocket because of everything you've compounded before, and you focus more on building the brand of what you value and everything like that, rather than just chasing sales, exactly. Sale, and that's it.
Yeah. So, and that was
eased my mind too once I switched that. Dude,
that was definitely the biggest struggle. Was we thought that like, okay, we have to do more, we have to do more. And I'm not saying you have to do less, but you have to build better. That's the whole thing. You have to build better system, better infrastructures. So when you wake up, you look at your calendar, you got fucking 35 sales calls in 3 days. Well, you already have all those systems in place, so you'll be fine.
Yep.
But if you didn't have those systems, you're fucked.
Yep.
You're going to onboard some people and get absolutely screwed.
Yep. Because you won't know how to handle it. Then people are going to look at you and be like, wow, that was a horrible coach, or he has a horrible brand. And now you just, not only did you affect them, but now you affected every person around them, and they're never going to refer you.
Exactly. So imagine that. Imagine if you had a better system. They got onboarded. They were like, holy shit, this is amazing. Okay, they're going to refer their wife. Their wife has tons of girlfriends. Oh, my God, come work with this guy. He's amazing.
5 people. And now those 5 people are going to talk to those next 5 people who are then now going to spread. Like, it's like, then it's just like a virus, and it spreads.
Exactly. And So that, right, it spreads to maybe 20, 30 people because you have a great system.
Just from one person.
From one person. Compared to you having a shitty system of you chasing the money or one sale, right? And the system's shitty. You sell that one person, they stay for maybe 2 or 3 months, and then you're fucked. You don't get any referrals, they're gone. So it's just, you're never going to see growth from that.
Yeah.
The system's not there yet.
Yep. No, it's true. And like now you have to chase 20 or 30 people when you could have one person inflow 20 or 30 people, already know the pricing. They're like, yep, just sign me up. I've seen the results. Like I trust you.
Yep.
Boom. You don't even have to do like the hard work, which is selling them. They feel like they already know you because of their friends.
Exactly.
And I feel like for me, it's starting to get there. Like I can feel a couple people like reaching, like giving referrals, and they have had huge impacts. But it's just because I shifted my mindset. I was chasing in the beginning, and I'll take ownership in that. I was just chasing a sale. Yeah. And I think that's a good part where I failed. And if you guys want to go back to this, like failed was I was chasing. And it's like, why didn't I just build a better community, better like, I mean, I feel like that word gets used a lot, but just better systems, and to the point where my program is so good, somebody wants to speak about it. Right. So I have like, weekly check-in forms. I have biweekly phone calls, and I have, everything laid out for them. They can reach out to me. I do form videos. Like I do the whole 9 yards, and now they just have to utilize the resources. Of course, you're going to get people who don't utilize it because they're lazy. Like that's just it. But the people who will utilize it or utilize all the tools from your program, they're going to refer everybody because they're going to get the most impact. Exactly. So you want to have that in place so that can happen. And eventually you'll get those people to do that. It's not going to be right off the bat. I've learned you're not going to instantly get referrals. What's going to happen is it's going to have to just go with time, and to the point where people utilize it and you find the right people to use your program, and then they use it so well they tell everybody else.
Exactly. That's how it is. And that is the complete mind shift of chasing to building better systems instead.
Like I signed because
it's, I mean, when people start, that your mindset is going to be chase. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
You want to make money. You want to get out of your hometown. You're going, you're going to need to chase at the beginning.
Yeah.
You have, I don't want to say you have to do that, but it's better to shift your mindset from chase to just build it better early on, or more early on.
Talking too low.
Yeah, more early on than later.
Yeah.
Because I think I could speak for both of us on this. If we would have just had better systems, like in August, and instead of chasing, I think we would have probably double the clients we have now.
Yeah.
Maybe not double, but
I think
we would
since
have
the beginning
more.
of the year.
Yeah.
And I think, like, for me, I actually just signed somebody this past month. She's already referring somebody. She had an in-person trainer. She's like, this is so much better than in-person training. And she's like, can I send you my friend's info? I'm like, yeah, sure. So going to talk with her. Already got a referral 1 month in. Like, that's how you know it's really good, is when it's like, she's like, oh, my God. Like, she was texting me, this is amazing. Like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
And, like, eventually your business is going to get to that. Like, do you really think that Amazon in the beginning got referrals? No,
absolutely not.
But when people were like, wow, they shipped it in 2 days. Exactly. Wow, they did this. Like,
wow,
when you go to the grocery, when you go to the store to buy tables or anything, it's like, hey, why don't you just check Amazon, because it could be cheaper, right? Yep. They're great. They could ship in a day. Like, some people, they ship the same day. They got stuff the same day, and I'm like, well,
order it this morning. You're gonna be there by what, 7 p.m. Order it at 8 a.m. It's fucking ridiculous. Yep. There's an Amazon truck right there. They're crazy.
It is, yeah. That's business for you. That's how to scale. That's how to make it good.
But something about our mastermind that we're in, I want to touch base on this as well. So when it comes to us having meetings with our mentor, this kind of goes back on like no one's going to save you. Our mentor tells us how to get through the struggle, whatever we're struggling with. He never is going to be like, oh yeah, let me have access to it and I'll fix it for you. That's
so stupid.
That's just not how it works. And if you can relay that to any part of your life as well, I'm trying to give like here's an example, right? And this is a shitty one, but the air fryer, for example, it's super dirty. Yeah. It's probably going to get dirty again. Yeah. Right? The other day I was like, I can just pay someone to do it. Yeah. Or instead, I can learn how to do it, because it's probably going to get dirty again. And then I'll know how to do it.
Yeah.
Right? So that's kind of the same thing with our mentor. If there's something screwing up in our business, most likely it's going to screw up again. So we may as well learn how to do it correctly instead of us wanting someone to come save us, for example.
Yeah, instead of having somebody else do it for you, and then you're like, well, shoot, how did you do that? I didn't learn it. And then if the problem reoccurs once, it's gonna keep reoccurring. So you're better off learning how to fix the problem, learning how to overcome it, learning how to do something as like cleaning properly, like whatever it is. So then you don't have to pay anybody, so you save money, but also you can do it yourself on your own time to the point where you can get it done within 5 minutes, and now you don't have to wait. And it procrastinates, and then it affects other parts of the business because now you have to wait for somebody else to fix it for you.
Yeah.
Like be self-reliant. That's it. Learn how to do it yourself. You learn how to do that. You will become very successful because you will not need anybody else. That means nothing else will hinder you. You will never be slowed down. You will never fail because you learned how to overcome everything. So when anything happens, you're set. Like, you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to blame it on somebody else. You don't have to, wait for somebody else. You don't have to, rely on somebody else. You just do it. Like, I'm doing it. Like, that's it. I got to get this shit done. So it sucks, but if you know how to do it, you're just saving yourself. And then you become so independent to the point where if somebody does help you, or you do have mentorship, or somebody's there for you, like, you're going to appreciate it so much, and you're going to get double the work done. Rather than just, if you don't know how to do it, you're just watching somebody do it and you only get one. Like, that's it. That's all you get done. So those are just added bonuses. It's just having someone help you, and that's it.
Yeah.
But
I think that's going to
wrap it up.
Yeah.
This is
going to wrap up episode 12. First pod in the new studio.
Yeah, I love the downtown views right there. I would have loved to set the table up there. It just is not going to look convenient in here.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But I don't think the camera would be able to see downtown because of the lighting.
Maybe at night, but unfortunately y'all can't see downtown, but we are going to get like a nice setup behind us, qualified dropout sign. If y'all have any neon shops that y'all know of, DM either me or Ian, because we want to look at some to get a neon sign. Because we also want to start filming at night as well to get the setup even cooler. But I think next episode, then we're going to have Tiny Tino on. Yeah, right?
We should, we got to get a third mic because we already had him on for one episode, but it was Mike screwed up. It was horrible, not fun, but we're going to get a third mic, get that set up, let another successful online coach come on here. He has a lot of great words of wisdom, I think, and his story is really cool. He's 5'6", he's short, right? He has a neck injury, he can't work out, but he's still a very successful coach. And he just talks a lot about confidence, being yourself, understanding that you don't have to be the perfect person. You can be whoever you want to be, and you can still become very successful. And so his story is really cool and is going to inspire a lot of people because I know a lot of people can relate with him, and a lot of people can feel like they're in his shoes. So
but we'll talk about that next week.
Yep.
Hope y'all enjoyed. Again, me and Ian don't really give a fuck about likes or comments. Just share this with someone who needs to hear it. We're trying to have less pussies in this world.
Wow. We're trying to have more leaders, right? We want people to take more ownership and become very successful and believe in themselves. And
less losers. I want to give
I want to give people the mindset I have now, and it's something I wish I had when I was younger. I'm 25, and a lot of people that listen to this are a little bit younger than me, and I wish I had this mindset when I was 18 because I would have been so much further ahead in the game. But always there's a plan. There's always this is the right time for me and I'm supposed to be here. So really relate to this. If this is you, I really hope this resonated, and share this with somebody that you think would benefit from it. If not, I hope it benefits with you guys, and really just, take this information and run with it and really start transforming yourself.
Yep. That being said, guys, episode 12 is a wrap.
Out.
Peace.